2020 Year Review.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Evil Good Guy, and today I'm going to be quickly covering all of the media that was released to the public in 2020 for Operation Black Mesa and Guard Duty. I will be going through the media in chronological order from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. And we've got a ton of media to go through, so to keep this video as short as possible, I will be skimming through much of the media. But if you'd like to take your sweet time and view any of the shown media in full length at your leisure, I will be providing links to everything down in the description below. Alright, let's get started, shall we? First up is a dev video demonstrating an alternative method of cube map reflections rendering on world brush surfaces, which is known as parallax corrected cube maps. This is a relatively old method that has been used in a few games in the past, as well as some Half-Life 2 mod projects way back in the early days of Half-Life 2 modding. It's not real-time reflections, but it's definitely a step up from the standard cube map system, as it allows the environment and static objects in the environment to properly retain their positioning when being drawn in reflections. After that, we showed an additional video showing yet another example of the parallax corrected cube maps, and as was the case with the bathroom video, this one is also a relatively over-exaggerated example of the feature for demonstration purposes. It is also notable that the reflections in this particular video are a bit flat and squished due to my rushed implementation of the feature into this room. So basically what happened was I didn't extend my cube map bounds all the way to the ceiling, so it resulted in that sort of squished and strange reflection appearance. Needless to say, the game-ready implementations of this feature will be fine-tuned to each room and handled with much more care than was taken with these dev maps. If you follow our talented animator, MZK, on Twitter, then you might be one of the lucky few to have seen this next video, which shows some of his work on the M4 firing and tactical reload animations. Alright, taking a break from the videos for a sec, we then released a fun little dev blog that Chris put together on our official forums, which vaguely details the implementation of a new Zen organism, the Zen Urchin, that we are utilizing for a new set of electrical puzzles that we hope will shock and awe players when they get a chance to fiddle around with these bad boys for themselves. Also, a fun fact, the design of the Zen Urchin vaguely resembles something that truly defined 2020 in many ways. Can you guys guess what it is? If you guys follow me on Twitter, then you might have noticed in between my automated video alert notifications that I posted some images of a handful of custom tool textures that I created to replace some of the standard ones by Valve, as well as some brand new ones for some of our custom brush entities. I also created a handful of custom point entity icons to help make our level designer's experience a bit more pleasant by making entities easier to identify at a glance, as well as just making it feel a bit more professional. And next up are some tasty renders from a talented 3D artist who goes by the handle name of Justice. In addition to that, he also showed off a really nice looking janitor's cart, which utilizes the tinting feature to allow level designers to adjust the color of the attached garbage bag to whatever they desire. And now jumping from screenshots to videos, we now have a follow-up video to our previous year's reveal that Barney will now be utilizing a flashlight as his primary melee weapon rather than lazily stealing Gordon's crowbar. This video shows some of the early implementation of the new flashlight within the hazard course. Also, another fun fact, this flashlight was actually based directly off of my grandfather's Maglite brand flashlight that he used during his time as a security guard. Maglites are actually designed with durability and the use of blunt force self-protection in mind. This feature has overall received a bit of mixed reception, which was pretty expected, as well as a lot of strange comparisons to Doom 3. I suppose that just kind of says something about how popular of a game Doom 3 was to have our flashlight feature compared to that one, despite them being totally different. But regardless, I'm confident once you guys get to play around with this for yourselves that you're gonna love it. Continuing on to another video, we have another teaser for some music created by our composer Lano for the chapter Crush Depth, which is playing over a scene of bowl squids trotting around a new area within that chapter. Also, fear not, for the missing bowl squid shadows in this video have now been properly fixed. Up next is the single largest media release that we've ever done. It contains music, voice acting samples, concept art, in-game teasers, and a plethora of level design screenshots. One of the musical tracks that it contains is Lano's rendition of perhaps the most popular track from the project's history, Crocodile Tears. I went ahead and used this media release as a chance to show off some work I've been doing for the Hazard course, as well as an updated screenshot from Duty Calls, which shows off a reworked HUD color scheme. Lano also showed off some work he has been doing for the game's main theme. In addition, we have more media showing work by our level designers Chris, Frag, Comedian, myself, and our concept artist Harry. We also showed off 3 teeny tiny videos of some work in progress of the dreaded Voltigor tunnels. These were actually intended to be animated GIFs, but there was a little bit of miscommunication at the last second, so they ended up being videos, which is the reason why they have no sound. In addition to all of that, 2 of our talented voice actors, Amicus and Nick, took this opportunity to show off some of their voice acting skills.
We've got company! Open fire! Contact on me! Need a doc, quick! Medic! Medic! I lost contact! I could do this all day!
Lead the way. What is that smell? Damn, where'd you learn to shoot like that? Heads up! Reloading. Jeez, and I thought some people smelled bad on the outside. Shouldn't we get going? Get out of there! Watch it, jackass, you're shooting me! Range time sure paid off today. Oh, shit! Watch the head humper! You all right there, Chief? I'll carry you if I really need to. Is 9 o'clock too early for a beer?
If you're one of the people that follows our official project Twitter account, then you might have seen this little image showing the comparison of an original game texture of Tesla's tacos, recreated now for guard duty. Bonus points if you know where this is found in the game. We then released a little demo showing some of the work we've been doing with implementing Gibbs. So yep, energy weapons and explosives will indeed blow your foes into bloody pieces. Also, don't worry guys, we already fixed some of the issues that you can actually see in this video, such as the bug that was causing the satchel charge detonation to be delayed. As always, you can count on everything being a work in progress and that everything is changing and improving constantly. And then next up, we got a render of a pushable blue box created by our artist Tear. The design of the box is indeed inspired by a similar box created by the Black Mesa team. And this will of course make a lot of people happy and undoubtedly make a few people whine and complain. But we enjoy a bit of small consistency here and there with the fine fellows over at Crowbar Collective. Following that, we have a video time-lapse showing the creation of the classic ceiling sentry turret by our artist Tear, accompanied with some music created by Lano. Bringing the year to a close, we are now starting with our 12 Days of Tripmus event, which if you follow our Twitter account or are a member of our Discord server, then you would have seen this happen in real time. Alright, the first day of Tripmus brought an improved Glock. The second day, a whiteboard with some scribbly bits about dangerous Zen creatures. The third day was a nice render of a modern drinking fountain to satiate our scientists' thirst after a hard day's work. The fourth day displayed a render of a fancy fume cabinet for scientists to use in their diabolical laboratories. The fifth day was even more music. And the sixth day, a render of a retro computer. Day 7 showed the level of detail we can sometimes implement in our ceilings. Day 8, and we're looking great with a control panel model. Day 9 is looking fine with a close-up of the icky skeleton. And day 10 is when we let you listen to a sample of voice acting for some radios.
Any backup available in B? Over. Johnson, how are those first aid kits coming? Markov doesn't have much time left. I haven't seen search and rescue teams yet. Can anyone confirm they're here? I'm pinned down by a lizard thing in Sector A storage. I really need help here. If anyone's listening, trust me when I say don't drink the tap water. Anyone got any ammo left? I could really use them about now in Sector C.
Day 11, you're in Hammer Heaven. Day 12, the final day of Tripmus and the final media of the year, is a nice looking menu for Tony's Pizza, created by our artist Danny. And with that, 2020's under wraps, guys. It was a great year for development and a great year for public media. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and with that, I'll see you fine folks at the end of 2021.